And welcome on this beautiful Monday morning here on the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein, and we are pleased to be joined by a head coach who recently picked up a big milestone. Coach Chris Crawford of the ETBU men's soccer team. You know, a couple of weeks ago, you sat in that spot, and you were sort of out of the conference tournament picture, but not by much. And you felt like, well, you needed to win maybe 3 games or so, and you might have a chance. Well, you picked up 12 points, 4 straight victories, including the last 2 games against 2 pretty good, solid teams. One of them, of course, was undefeated. We'll start with UT Dallas. It had to deal with a little adversity playing at Freedom Fields, but I'll tell you what, the last 13 minutes of that game was just pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to last year. I think last year we played University of Dallas really well. And so we had opportunities last year to take advantage of it, and I reminded the guys, talked to them about that, how we were in a good position last year. We didn't execute the opportunities. We know playing a good team like that, we may get 3 or 4 chances in a game, and if you don't bury those chances, you may not get another one. And so we knew going into that game where we were going to get our chances, and how we executed them was going to be a big part of deciding what was going to happen. Guys came in that game. We gave up an early a goal to UTD. On a bad clearance, on a corner set piece, and then not getting off the line quick enough. And then halftime, we talked to the guys. It was 1-0 at halftime. The guys were still fired up. They knew they were still in the game, and that just goes back to what these guys have done. I think if you look at us last year or earlier in the season, we go down a goal. We kind of lose focus. We kind of lose our composure. And then as we've gotten better and stronger and mentally stronger, these guys' composure has just been unbelievable. And so at halftime, we came back in, we rallied back in, told them what we need to do, told them the areas that were open, told them what they need to keep working on, and they just found a way to keep doing it. And then we ended up getting a great goal from Travis Atkinson off of a header, and then we got the winning goal from Silas in that aspect. So it was a great way to finish it. It was a great way to continue giving them more confidence and continue to having them fight and show up.
Definitely, Coach. And so then, of course, you took on Howard Payne the very next night. Of course, it was senior night, so 6 players were being honored. Again, you found yourself down 1-0, but you managed to tie the game, and then it went into overtime. And obviously, this being your 3rd overtime game of the season, there was just always that possibility of maybe it could go to a 2nd overtime and it couldn't end in a tie. But tell you what, Coach, Max Ponte-Corvo putting probably one of the best goals I've ever seen, with him kind of hooking the ball in a way towards the top of the net, finding it in the end zone. What was that feeling like when that thing went in?
I mean, first half we played really bad, and so we talked to him at halftime. I probably did a little bit of yelling at halftime, and then just told them what we got to wake up. We knew Howard Payne. They were fighting for their life. They were out if they had to win to get in the tournament, and I just had a gut check with the guys. Came out second half. Daniel Rudder had a great 25, 30-yard shot, banger, and put it in to tie the game 1-1. They came in at overtime, and I said, as great as that goal was, it doesn't count if we don't win. And then the guys rose occasion. Rudder had a great ball down the side, laid it off for Max, and Max does what Max does. I mean, he's a natural guy that loves to get forward, loves to get opportunities in the box. He's creative, and those two working together saw each other, and it was a beautiful shot. And as soon as it went in, I was like, go get them. And that's where you saw the guys just dogpile each other, just because of just as much love as they have for each other. The family that we've developed within this group of guys, from being here from freshmen all year, from the guys that have been here 2 or 3 years. I mean, they love each other, they work for each other, and that bond that they have is unbelievable. And so just to get to see them celebrate that after the emotional roller coaster of this season, it was remarkable to watch and to be a part of.
Are you still cold from the water that was dumped on you by the players?
I think I got set up for that. I wasn't expecting that. It was very cold. Luckily, our guys aren't very good at it because they only got the bottom half of me. So luckily my shirt was dry, so I was able, but it was definitely very cold.
Definitely, Coach. So like we said, this is it's been a long time since this program's made it to the conference tournament, and even more good news, because of that win against Howard Payne, you get the right to host a conference tournament game at Cornish Field. You're taking on, of course, the University of Ozarks, a team that you hosted a few weeks ago and unfortunately came away with a 3-3 tie. Mm-hmm. So now that obviously you've gotten to see what they were capable of, and obviously the things that you can recall from the match, what is it about that you need to worry about and focus on to try to make sure that you have a potential to continue to advance in the tournament?
Oh yeah. First off, I mean, hats off to Ozarks and congratulations to them for making it. It's a team. That's a tough game every year. It's a physical game, and so for us, our guys, it doesn't matter what anyone else is going to do. We have to show up. If we can show up and we can take care of business and make sure we execute our game plan for 90 minutes, and that's the hardest thing about soccer. Momentum switches, you get frustrated when things don't go your way, and so our guys just staying composed, staying in, moving the ball, stretching the field, playing quick, working on all those things, and then really just defending together. And that's what we've been stressing about to these guys is it takes all of us. It's not one person. We're not depending on Rudder to score goals or Max to score goals or Silas to score goals all by themselves. It takes every single one of us. We have to defend the ball well together. We have to work together offensively, moving the ball. And when your number's called and it's your chance, you got to go out there and execute to the best of your ability. And so this will be, I mean, we're excited. First time, as you said, to get to host. No pressure in the aspects of we've been telling the guys we got to keep believing in what we got to do. We know we're capable to make a good run. The guys proved that by finishing the season strong. And so now it's just time for us to continue going out there with our confidence, with our composure, and execute.
Definitely, Coach. And so one final question here. When you look back on the season, you wanted to talk about redeeming yourself after last season where you were in so many games, but most part you were on the wrong side of the scores. And obviously you've kind of lived up to that expectation. But when you look back on the season, what stands out to you the most about how your guys were able to come together in a critical moment in a time where they were able to play arguably the best stretch of soccer in the past 4 games?
Yeah, I think it's just the ability for them to rally together. We talk about every day in the program, believe in us, and that's been our theme this year. And I go, it's easy for us to believe in ourselves. It's easy for mom and dad that have loved us for so long to believe in us and want the best for us. But if we can't believe in the guys in the locker room with us, if we can't believe in the guys with us that are on the field, then we're not going to get far. We got to be able to use each other. Everybody's got to be able to step up. And these guys they've bought into that. They've bought into the program. They bought into the style of play, and they really bought into each other. And so they've rallied together to support each other through the thick and the thin, and through the good times and the bad times. And that's college athletics. There's going to be some games that you lose and some games that you should have won or you could have won. And these guys know that if they show up and they support each other, work together, and battle, that together, no matter what happens, they're going to come out with a great result.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Tomorrow night, each of you hosting University of Ozarks for the first round of the American Southwest Conference Tournament. You will not want to miss out on that. Stick around, folks. We're going to be back with more, talking to our next head coach. You'll find out who it is in just a moment.